All right. Hi, everybody. So this video is going to serve kind of two purposes. The first thing that it's going to do is I'm going to kind of overview what we're doing this week in ELA. And then I'm also going to kind of go into depth on one of our assignments that we're going to be starting this week. And you're going to see that this kind of brings us through the end of fourth quarter. So I want to go really into depth with that because I did see that a lot of you, when I asked you how your first week of e-learning went, some of you were frustrated because you didn't feel like teachers were providing an adequate amount of information on what their expectations were on specific assignments. So I'm going to use this time to really go in depth, but I will say if you need more of an explanation, please email me either during my office hours, or if you do so outside of my office hours, I'm pretty close to my laptop at most times, so you will get a fairly quick response. So this week is pretty straightforward. Monday, you guys don't have any continuous learning, so you won't actually be seeing this video on Monday. On Tuesday, because it's not an ELA specific day, I'm just suggesting that you guys read for 30 minutes to find a quiet place. Pick up that ebook or that novel that you selected last week, because you're going to need some portion of that book read for what we're really going to be working on this week. You can go ahead and look at Wednesday's lesson if you would like. You by no means have to. On Wednesday, you're going to see that we're beginning the choice board questions for this week. That's going to be kind of confusing. It looks like I have a lot of stuff posted, but I promise I'm going to go through each one and explain kind of why they're there for you. So on Thursday, you guys are just going to be reading again. I've also posted some supports or examples for what we're really going to be focusing on this week. I strongly suggest looking at those. I've made an Edpuzzle for each one of our focus areas, and those are going to be available for you guys to kind of give you an idea of what I'm looking for in modeling good reading. And then on Friday, you're going to be submitting your 3 reader response questions and project update through Google Classroom and filling out your portion of the class reading tracker. So when we go back to Wednesday, I know it looks like there's a lot posted there. You're going to be watching the choice board overview video, which is this video. You're going to be reading through the continuous learning independent reading choice board. I want you looking over the choice board responses example document. So I've kind of given you a guide for what I want you to be responding to. And then I want you just identifying 3 questions in your choice project on your April 14th through the 17th choice board response document, and that's posted on Google Classroom. So the first thing that we're going to take a look at is the continuous learning independent reading choice board. It's kind of a mouthful. So you're going to see it's been broken up. There's these 2 main boxes on the screen here. So there's the actual choice board itself, and then here's the reader response questions. You're going to see as you read through the directions that I've broken up the work into what's going to be due weekly and what's due every other week. So weekly, you're going to be responding to at least 3 of the 15 reader response questions below in about 5 to 7 sentences per prompt. Make sure that you answer 1 from each focus area each week. So every 2 weeks, we're going to be changing up what focus areas we're taking a look at. For these first 2 weeks, we're really going to be digging deep into setting, characters and characterization, and narrator and point of view. So you have to choose 1 from the first section, 1 from the second section, and 1 from the third section to answer for this week. Over here on the every other week, you're going to be choosing 1 of these project options to complete. So there are 9 different options for you to pick from. This week, you won't be turning 1 in, but I do want you selecting 1 and then kind of giving me an update about where you're at with that project. So it might be, what did you choose and why did you choose it? Do you have an outline for or an idea for how you want to kind of begin to tackle that? So the next thing that we're going to be taking a look at is that choice board response example document. So you're going to be getting something that looks like this, except these aren't going to be filled out for you. So here you're going to see I have a box for your first focus area, a box for your second focus area, a box for your third focus area, and a box for your first project update. So with each one of these, I've selected a question just from here. So it was a question I felt comfortable answering after reading for about, I've probably read about an hour's worth of this book. And then I kind of wrote a response here. So I said, how does the author introduce details of the setting? How do you learn about where the story takes place? And you're going to see that a lot of these questions work for almost all of your book. Some questions won't work for certain books, and that's why I've given you about 5 questions that you can choose to answer. And then I did go into a little bit more detail than I'm expecting to see from you guys. Make sure that if you use textual evidence, because some of them will ask that you use textual evidence, that you refer back to this. Remember that we said quote at the beginning, any punctuation there at the end goes to the outside and it always gets turned into a period. And then it's author's last name and page number. You don't have to worry about a number sign or anything like that. So I'm going to be taking a look at these. These are what's going to be due weekly. Your project update, remember, like I just said, you're not going to be turning in a project this week. So I just want to see, what's the project that you chose? What's your kind of update that you have for me? So you're going to see that I chose the creating 4 trading cards. And in my update, I kind of talked about, these are the characters that I'm thinking of. I think I'm going to do this digitally because that's kind of easier for me right now. And, a brief little blurb about where I'm going to get the images for that. So then you're going to see posted on Google Classroom. I just want you choosing 3 of those questions. Regarding this settings, characterization, supports, and examples. So when you click on that, it's going to open you up to this. And this is going to remain the same from each week. But a lot of you remark that you kind of need some help in these areas. So these are going to be mini lessons that I'm offering to you and I would strongly look over. So I'm going to have an ed puzzle made for each one. And then I've kind of put little mini lessons together for each one of these. So there's a setting and plot interaction one, a characterization, remembering the difference between indirect and direct. So this is available to you. I would strongly, strongly, strongly recommend that if you aren't feeling comfortable or confident in one of these areas, that you look through some of these resources available to you. Your 3 questions in your project update are going to be due on Friday. And then I also want you filling out that class reading tracker. Most of us have gone in and at least filled out the name of our novel and the author of our novel. Some of us haven't put our page numbers in there. It's going to be kind of cool to see how many pages we do read together. So that's kind of the video overview for this week. Like I said, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be available most hours of the day via email if you need to get in contact with me. Best of luck. I hope you guys have fun with this. I've had a lot of fun putting this together, and I'm really interested to see what you guys come up with. A lot of you chose some really interesting novels and some that I haven't read before. So it's going to be pretty interesting to learn about those novels from you guys. Have a great week, and I look forward to seeing your guys' responses.